I walked into the company dinner wearing a calm I didn't actually feel. Crystal chandeliers glowed overhead, glasses clinked, laughter floated through the air, but the moment I stepped inside, the room shifted. Conversations dipped, heads turned. My wife froze mid-smile. Her co-workers whispered behind their hands. Then her boss, tall, polished, untouchable, looked me over with a smirk. "You weren't invited," he said, dismissing me like I didn't belong. I smiled faintly. Everyone expected me to walk away, to shrink, to disappear. But I didn't. The room held its breath. My wife's face flushed with confusion and tension. The CEO leaned back, confident, certain I had no power here. I let the silence stretch, letting the tension build, letting every whisper amplify the moment. I had come prepared not for humiliation, but for revelation. Finally, I spoke. My voice was steady. "It's interesting you mention invitations." The chatter faded instantly. "This uninvited guest owns 85% of this company." The gasp hit like a wave. Color drained from the CEO's face. My wife's mouth fell open. Her coworkers froze mid-laugh. The energy in the room flipped in a single heartbeat. I walked slowly between the tables, letting the truth sink in. People stared. Others whispered frantically. The man who mocked me moments ago stood pale, gripping his wine glass. "So when you say I wasn't invited," I continued calmly, "it's curious. Technically, this is my dinner too." Silence swallowed the room. My wife looked horrified. The CEO tried to speak, but I raised a hand. "It's fine. Most people don't check their shares daily. Tonight, I thought I'd remind everyone who controls the numbers." Whispers spread like wildfire. I stepped closer to my wife, meeting her eyes for a brief moment, just long enough for understanding to land. "And to think," I added, "the person you mocked as powerless has been holding most of this company all along." Her shock was undeniable. The CEO's fear was visible. The laughter that once filled the room had vanished, replaced by tense awareness. "Power," I said softly, "isn't always loud. Sometimes it hides behind patience." Every word landed. "If anyone thinks this is just a dinner," I continued, lowering my voice, "remember it's also a boardroom. Tonight, I decide who stays, who speaks, and who gets nothing." A hush fell over everything. I took the head seat at the table. The hierarchy dissolved in real time. My wife avoided my eyes. The CEO now waited for my approval before speaking. I didn't shout. I didn't threaten. I simply revealed the truth. By the end of the night, the dinner wasn't remembered for jokes or small talk. It was remembered for the moment power quietly changed hands. I walked in as an uninvited guest. I walked out in control. And everyone learned the same lesson sometimes. The quietest person in the room holds the most explosive power.